Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Very exciting today is I have my man Shahid. We started off the YouTube channel together and today is here and we are so excited to show you guys the Porsche that we fully restored.
Mo, thanks for having me back. It's been a while. Glad to be here. I've seen a lot of change with the showroom, with the workshop, and excited to go through the special car that we have next to us.
Yeah. And by the way, Shahid actually brought in this car and we're going to tell you guys the whole history, how this car actually landed up in our showroom. And we also got the car that inspired this car to come. And we're going to go through a lot of details because this has been a very fun build thus far.
So guys, let me explain to you how the car ended up at Glossworx. A very close friend of mine and client bought this vehicle about maybe a year and a half ago, brought it to me and said there's certain detailing work he wanted done. I had a look at the paint, we realized there is certain sections that needed to be resprayed. That's not something that I can do at my place. And I remembered Mo did the Porsche 911 Turbo, the black one over there. And I said, "Hi, jump in the car with me, let's take a drive to Glossworx." And walked in, showed Mo the car. We decided to keep the original paint, trying to keep the originality of the car, the original color. But I think as the client walked around here, Mo, I think he looked at all the end products here, and I think something got planted in his heart to say, you know what, I want to go all out with this car. And I think within a few days he gave you a call, and then it was change the color, let's do the interior, and that's I think where we started, eh?
That was basically the starting point. So the car coming in at Glossworx, doing the assessment, and also being one of the first full rotisserie Porsches that we've ever done. So many of you guys know it's a BMW shop. A lot of you guys actually class it as a BMW shop, but there's a lot of other cars that's been done in the shop, and I think we don't show a lot of those cars on our YouTube videos because we've got such a production line that actually happens at Glossworx, and there's many cars that needs to be pushed out and on a monthly basis, and there's no time to actually showcase every single car. So this was something we wanted to take on. It was something that was beautiful and we wanted to see this end result. And it took us just a little over a year now to get to this. I think it's a year and 2 months now to get this car to actually looking like this. But I always say it's the process that gets the final result. And I think that process that we've taken and we've put so much detail into it, taking our time to look at every single small aspect of the car, that has given us this most amazing result. And today we got Shahid here for a reason, because Shahid is the one that brought this car, and he comes from a detailing perspective because you know Car Vault, and you know he's a meticulous person when it comes to anything, and he loves details, and that's why he's in this. So if it's food or cars, you always talk to Shahid when it comes to that, because his prawns are also good. So Shahid, let's talk more about the whole process of this car, and what do you as a detailer actually think of the car now when you're looking at it? And I mean, we kept it back from you to give you this final result. So looking at the paint right now, looking at the detailed work on this car, what is your perspective?
No,
and that's what I'm trying to hear.
I was actually blown away. But before that, I think I'd like to just tell the guys, if you are looking to get any car restored, don't rush the process.
Yeah.
It's a process that takes time. To get perfection, you have to give the time. And this car is true testament to that. Where we initially thought it might take 3 months, it might take 6 months, okay, a year, it's just over a year. But when you look at the end product, you say it's well worth it, you know?
Definitely, I have to agree on that. And I always think that perfection takes time. There's no doubt about it. And the details actually show you that, huh?
So Mo, when I look at this car, a lot has changed. Obviously the color
change,
the paintwork is absolute perfection,
immaculate.
As a detailer, we stand on the side of the car and we try and look at to see any imperfections in it.
That's one of the main things. I think you're touching base on that because, you know, a lot of guys don't look at it from this perspective, where you actually look on the side of the car and you try to see if there's waves, if the key lines are all correct, if there's body filler, if there's an overload of paint.
100%.
And when you look
as well
at
as the orange peel, Mo, we try and see if maybe a panel's got orange peel, the next panel doesn't, so we can pick up if there's spray work.
Definitely.
When I look at this, it's absolute perfection. And I know when I came in, you told me, Shahid, put the paint gauge on here, and the paint gauge is showing original paint. So that means the depth of the paint is constant
amazing,
throughout.
yeah. So that's I think for me is the key point. And you guys know by now, when it comes to a Glossworx paint job, we cannot for 1 second not give you that. That's where we specialize. That's something we put everything into giving it to you. And for me, it's not just the paint shade, it's also everything that came together on this car. I mean, when you look at the differences in terms of the black beading, the new window rubbers, the brand new windows, the roof is a whole conversation on its own. Yeah. So I think everything stands out. I think the wheels also, you know, you can talk more about the wheels because, you know, you were part of the importing process.
So, so the car originally came with 15 inch wheels.
Yeah.
Once Mo completed the car, they put the wheels on, we thought it's looking a bit lost.
Yeah.
The client actually said, let me bring in my own wheels.
Yeah.
And he went online, he sourced the wheels, came in, and it made a world of difference.
It made a huge difference because now we're sitting on a 17 inch with a 255 tire, and we had to just put a bit of a spacer on it. But I mean, that looks amazing. It's still the company bought it from Fuchs. It's still the guys that originally manufactured for Porsche, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still an OEM product.
Yeah.
Fills the arch as well. Another great part of this car is the roof, Mo.
Yeah, that's
something special. And I think if the camera can just pull in a little bit, just to show the special part of the roof.
Yeah.
This is a complete glass roof. So the normal Targa has the
normal convertible
vinyl roof that you have to remove.
Yes.
Client said no, he wants something different. Sourced this glass roof all the way from Germany. And I know, Mo, it wasn't an easy fit. But it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Completed, and I think it's an element that makes this car stand out from all the other cars.
Definitely. I 100% agree with that. What about Shahid paint in terms of color? I mean, what do you think of that?
So again, that's a story on its own. The car came in, it was a cream color, which was the original color from Porsche. Client initially wanted to keep that color.
Yeah.
Few days later said, no, let's change the color. Chose another color. Mo mixed it up. We put it up. Client said, no, he wants it a little bit darker. Till we found the original color. And this is actually a Porsche color, right?
Original Porsche color.
This is original Porsche color,
Cayenne,
but I think it
color,
really pops out and it makes the car look so different. But again, what makes the color pop out is the interior.
Yeah, definitely.
The original interior on this car was black.
Yeah.
Client again, Mo brought in all the swatches, all the different colors, sat with it against the paint till we found the right color that will complement the paint.
The interior,
and I think we went with the exact perfect color that brings out this this beauty of a car. Again, when you look at it on the inside, just the attention to detail again, Mo.
Once again, amazing.
It's the stitching on the seat itself. This is the original Porsche seat.
Yeah.
So we stuck to the original Porsche seat, recovered it in original Porsche leather, perforated leather. But the attention to detail when you're looking at the stitch
work, yes.
The door panels. I know the door panels weren't easy because they needed to be molded just to keep that original look.
And that's just because over time everything just with the sun just expands. Leather also starts to stretch and pull, so everything goes out of shape. So to reshape, remold, there's a whole process that we had to do there, but I'm actually very impressed with the outcome of what it actually looks like. And then the carpet shade?
This is something that we didn't discuss and something that the client didn't even know what you were going to do. But I think you hit it spot on, redoing all the carpet. The color is perfect. It's a complete car, and I think what people need to realize that you get restoration and you get resto mod.
Yes.
This is a complete restoration because you try to keep it as OEM as possible. But yes, it does have certain elements like the glass roof, which is different.
Yeah.
Which makes it special, you know. bring your Porsches here, guys. You won't go wrong.
So we appreciate Shahid. He's always a good fan and a good friend, and he'll always say a lot for us because he loves us. But guys, you're going to see through the camera lens itself, there's a lot of detail that has been put onto the car itself. From all of the different plating, you can see the plating is done the way the factory actually put it out initially. And this car has been gone fully on a rotisserie, so that means the car has been flipped around. We've done everything. The undercarriage has all the new sealants put on top of it. We have new brake lines, fuel lines. We cracked over that tank. We opened it up. We ceramified the tank inside of it, so all of the content is all out of it. The car sounds amazing. We've modified the exhaust system to get it back to the original exhaust system. The engine has been fully detailed with all the right colors, all the right anodizing, electroplating, and sandblasting or bead blasting. So there's a lot of extras that we have done on this car to bring it back to look as magical as it actually looks now. And when you start to look and you take off the wheels and you see the braking system, you see all of that's been renewed, restored, you start to appreciate this car. Because I don't even think from factory the car actually came out looking like this. Because I do understand at that point, you were talking about it earlier.
Yeah,
that
in
Porsche,
the early 1980s, Porsche were actually struggling.
Yeah.
So they basically just put this car together. Like your aircon was an afterthought.
Yes, yes.
But it's still an icon. It's what
It's beautiful.
from
It's
here
amazing.
is what it spawned to Porsche to where it is now, right?
Yeah.
Mo, just something out of interest. You've worked on a lot of BMWs,
Yeah.
and now working on Porsche. Where do you see the difference in terms of doing a BMW to a Porsche?
So Shai, there's doing a car basically and doing a car to detail, basically everything remains the same in terms of how we strip and how we take out things and put it back together. For us, this was kind of an easy car because it was the first car, so we had our challenges for the first Porsche we're actually doing, and the process remains the same. Taking down to metal is a must, and I mean this year, guys, if you can see that in the lens, I always stress on that, and I say that a million times in my videos. The key lines are perfect. The paint build-up is perfect. The microns is as clear-cut as possible. And it makes the car look from the very, very start. After you painted the car, it just looks amazing. It stands out. A lot of people walk in and they cannot believe, or they ask me the question, well, why is a spray job so expensive at Glossworx? But when they walk in the showroom, they leave here understanding that. Because there's a lot of cover-ups, there's a lot of makeup. I always say it's not what you see on the surface, it's what's beneath. And we start off there, and I always tell the guys, take a micrometer, put it onto your paint, check out the microns, and you tell me if that's an OEM job. Is that the type of money you want to spend to make this car valuable? To make any car, any classic valuable, you have to do it correctly.
Yeah.
We just look now on an account on this car, and we look at the value of the car fully restored. And it makes sense to spend that money now.
100%. And Mo, look, like you said, on the outset, the paint could look good, but when you strip it, you'll see there'll be some body filler, certain imperfections there that you need to sort out before you respray, right?
100%.
So, and these old cars, I mean, they do get rust,
Yeah.
and that all needs to be sorted out. But again, a very special car done by you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for accommodating us, myself and my client. And I'm sure you'll be very happy when he drives this car out of here.
Only a pleasure. You know, the thing is, passion is a whole different story, right? Taking on a car, there's two things I always say. If you're not passionate about it, don't take it on. Taking it on just for the monetary value will never ever work out, because you're doing a car over months, so when you work out the bills that's actually been paid, you can't actually justify it, because these cars take a whole year to restore. To get to a certain level and to keep the lights on, you got to do a whole lot of these cars to actually make things happen. So it's not just, you know, a lot of guys look at it and they say, okay, you paint in the car, so now what? It's not just painting the car, it's stripping the entire car down to nothing. There's a part in here which Robbie's going to show you in the video. When we stripped this car, Shahid, there was, so you're looking at this little small car here, but when you start putting all the parts down on the floor, you start to think, and it makes you wonder, like, how did they get all of those parts into one simple body? So it's that stripping process. That's one of it. Then you're looking at everything you have and you're restoring every single component. And then you're looking into the wiring harness, and this car's wiring harnesses from the factory is not pretty. So to make it as pretty as we actually made it takes a lot of time to lay it down into the body, takes a lot of time to getting that perfection of everything working, takes a lot of time because it's a 1984 model.
Yeah.
There's a lot to actually incorporate, and then you're taking modern technology, you're putting it into the old technology, and that's where everything comes alive. That's when you look at this car right now and you think, wow, I want to own one of these cars. It's amazing. And that's why I think the value is shooting up on a daily basis. But with all that being said, there's that baby next to it. And that's also the first one that we actually did, that we have here right now, that inspired this one, because that's where we knew we could actually do that. And you know, months ago, Rob, we actually went through that challenge with the GT3, where we stripped a new GT3 into pieces and we repainted the car and we did it. And from that day onwards, I think my wife asked me, she said, are you sure you're going to take the dashboard, the engine and everything out of the GT3? I said, yeah. She said, but how are you guys going to put that together? I said, we'll show you. And that car went out looking like a supermodel. So that's a wrap for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would like to shout out to Shahid just to thank him for actually coming out. I know time is valuable and I know he's always busy. Thank you, Shahid, for coming out and doing the video with us.
Thanks for having me, Mo. And guys, like and subscribe and look forward to the next video.
And before we leave, come on guys, look at these two beauties. I mean, we're so happy to be putting our name on these cars, but look at that paint and just look how these cars actually look. I mean, this is a dream, right? I mean, most of the guys, the bad boy dream.
Yeah. Bad boys, what you gonna do?
The bad boys, you look at this car, and when you look at this car next to you right now, you will tell Martin Lawrence, don't ever bang it onto the pole. All right, thank you guys, and we see you guys soon.